2019, I had major back surgery, a discectomy with the removal of my L5S1 disc. I swore to myself that if I recovered well, that I'd get back into weightlifting and get game-changing results. Thank God I did, and it's all thanks to hard work and an amazing diet. I'm going to share with you today what I eat to lose fat and to get the game-changing results I always wanted. Now, if you want fast and efficient fat loss results, there's really only one way to get that in my mind, and that is through a food scale. It's got to be the single most effective piece of equipment for fat loss, because if you don't have great information, how do you know if you're going to get a great result? But when you have darn near perfect information, you are almost assured a perfect result. I eat the same meal for breakfast each and every day. There's a couple reasons for that. Number one, it's super high in protein. It's quick and easy, and I find it to be delicious and easy to digest. Starting your day with protein is fantastic, because protein is the most filling form of food. So it starts you off with a bang. It's way easier to hit your macros. I try and stay in a macro of 40% protein, about 32% carbs and 28% fats. But the most important thing to me is hitting my protein goal. So I start out with a bang in the morning. Studies have shown that people who eat meals consistently, the same meal over and over, lose more weight and are much more successful at keeping it off. Now on to lunch. Now for lunch I have more variety than I do for breakfast, but I tend to eat pretty consistent meals. Almost all my lunches are just some sort of lean meat and a carbohydrate, such as white rice or sweet potato, and I'll often add a mixed vegetable to those as well. Now, my go-to carbohydrate at the end of the day is white rice. The reason why I love white rice so much is because it is by far the easiest carbohydrate to digest, and it does give you a pretty bursty energy. I find that if you overeat white rice, it can make you a bit sleepy. But if you're around that 200 grams, it's kind of a sweet spot. I find it that it makes me feel absolutely amazing, and I tend to have ground beef as my protein just because I have some really good local quality beef. I bought an absolute ton of it, and I love it. It's fantastic. I never seem to get sick of it. Whereas chicken, I find just with a little bit lower fats, I get sick of it a lot quicker. Now, for those who really like variety, I often have people look at what I eat and they say to me, "Oh, I couldn't eat that. I need to have variety in my life." Well, here's the reality. When you look at what people eat, the people who want variety, really what they're doing is they're eating the same thing over and over. I see what they eat, but what they mean is they're eating by how they feel in the moment. But if you want to lose fat and you want to get in better shape, you need to eat according to how you want to feel every single day. So eating lean, eating healthy, you will feel amazing. You can't just eat willy-nilly, but you eat with a determined direction. Now, that doesn't mean you can't eat some things that you enjoy. I like to throw in snacks that I enjoy. I eat 0% fat Greek yogurt, sometimes flavored, sometimes unflavored. I may put a scoop of protein powder in that. I may not. I might use sugar-free coffee syrup in it and some cinnamon. I love that as a treat. Probably my biggest go-to is one protein bar a day when I'm cutting. A lot of the protein bars today, they taste like chocolate bars anyway. They're fantastic. Just find a flavor that you like that isn't filled with a bunch of fillers, and take that as a snack, and you'll love it. Now, supper is probably where I have my most variety, and one of the reasons for that is because I'm married, I have 3 kids, and so when I come home, I'm often eating what my family is eating, or some form of that. And of course, they don't necessarily want to follow the same diet as me, which is totally fantastic. They got to do what's best for them. I always have food ready, such as rice and ground beef and things like that, in case there's something that I can't eat for supper. But I'll be honest, my wife is a fantastic cook. She makes great meals. She's on board with what I'm doing. And one of the greatest things about being on a fat loss journey and being strict with your diet is that it has taught me how to cook. I didn't know how to cook worth a darn before this, and now I will say I'm a pretty good cook. I cook a lot for my wife, I cook a lot for my kids and myself to take some of the pressure off of her. And it's been great for my family overall. It's got me a lot more engaged in grocery shopping and helping out, so it's been a win-win for everybody. I am unbelievably disciplined with my diet. When I'm in a fat loss phase, I never miss my diet. I would say I'm 99% accurate. I don't binge eat. I don't eat desserts. I don't eat anything that I don't want to eat. And sometimes people say to me, hey, do you not like food? Is that why it's so easy for you? But when you can see what I'm eating here and the things that my wife makes, the things that I make, I love what I eat. That's the reality. I love feeling absolutely amazing. I don't feel bloated. I feel absolutely energetic. My mind is clear. I love that feeling more than I love feeling lethargic after eating a donut or something like that. We get that stuff all the time at work. It's absolutely easy for me to say no because I love the energy and the power and the results. It's a game changer. Now I'm going to put a full grocery list here at the end of the video for anyone who's just beginning on a journey like this and isn't sure what to eat. It's what I give to everybody when they start out. It seems to be really helpful. But just a few key things that I want to point out. I mean, all my meals and everything have been on the screen with the calories and the protein on them. When you use some kind of app, we use the Lose It app. Put it in there, you'll have the rest of your macros. Macros, again, are the big picture of what you eat. So your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Keep your fats under 30%, and you will feel a lot more energetic. And because fat has more calories in it than carbohydrates and protein, so it'll use up your calories very quickly. And people tend to eat a lot more fat than they realize. So as you can see here, cheese is a tool of the devil. I'm joking, it isn't really, but it's a culprit that people don't realize it has so many calories in it. You can absolutely eat some cheese, but just be aware of how much you are eating. As far as condiments, mustard has very little calories. Greek yogurt is the greatest thing of all time. 0% fat Greek yogurt, of course. Use it as sour cream. Use it in everything. I put it in everything I possibly can. It's extra protein. It's fantastic. And salsa, of course, is a game-changing ingredient. It has very little calories and a ton of flavor. You can't go wrong with a few things like that. Just always check your labels and find the type of condiments that work best for you. If you stick with it and you burn more calories than you consume, you'll get results really quickly. You can see the difference here. Good luck. If you have any more questions, send them my way.